Hello and welcome to the first Koala meeting for 2025. I'm Olle Johansson and I'm leading this group. Happy to see all of you in this room, and we have a few bullets on the agenda. I haven't heard feedback from anyone on extra bullets, but we can take that as we go. I think we all know each other. We have no newcomers. So let's move on. ECMA TC54. I apologize for missing a meeting, Steve.
Yeah, no worries.
Do you have any news?
Yeah, we've got some new participants that will be contributing to the TC54, either the main thing or some of the task groups. So be on the lookout for future meetings for those participants. The documentation.
Are these members of ECMA or are they?
These are going to be
experts?
both. These are both going to be non-for-profit members in the form of one really large software foundation and another one that is a commercial entity that's going to be joining.
Which foundation?
You will just have to wait and see.
Okay. Because the ASF will also join. So
I think you're very familiar with them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's great. I'm really happy to have ASF kind of stepping up and contributing. This is going to be wonderful. So we've got that. We've got the documentation that's still kind of needs to be fleshed out a little bit for Koala. The landing stuff is still there, but we need to start populating it. I've simultaneously been talking with a lot of other folks regarding the data model for CycloneDX 2.0, which is essentially the basis for the insights part of this API. So there's a few design choices that we're going to make, and we are trying to figure out, we're trying to solidify at this point what design patterns that we absolutely want to stick to, and what are the things that we just don't want to do. And finally, and this is kind of related to TC54, kind of not. I've been asked to provide some feedback to the JSON schema folks. So I have done that, and with the hope that we can help them make some progress in many of the shortcomings that JSON schema has, as well as the just entire ecosystem of how JSON schema actually works in the real world.
Sorry, Steve. Yeah, go ahead, Ola.
I was just going to ask you, are any news on I don't think Pearl that working group has had many meetings since last time we met.
Oh yeah, we've met I think once or twice since. But yeah, I mean that work is progressing both on the community front as well as on the TG front. So right now we're kind of in a wait mode while the community fleshes a few things out, and then that feedback is going to make its way to the documentation once that's kind of done. But yeah, we're progressing.
Steve, on the CycloneDX 2.0 conversations, where can one join in and better understand that conversation? Is that in the open or?
Yeah, right now it's just core working group folks. However, in early February, what I'm going to be doing is contributing essentially that model or parts of that model to the T spec, and whatever that T spec is going to be. And again, this is for the insights part, not the rest of it. But in terms of the insights part, that model is essentially what the 2.0 is going to be. So expect some code probably, within the next month that we can all review.
So 2.0 means breaking changes.
Yeah. we're going to try to keep those to a minimum. But yeah, there will be a few.
Less than SPX 3.0, hopefully.
Yes, yes, a lot less. And I think you'll find that the way we design it is very consistent. So how things worked, how things will work in the future will essentially be the same. It's just a few technical details that will be fleshed out and just work better.
And with that, any integration, sorry, this is a tangent from this meeting, but I'm just curious about the OBOM or the bigger picture bomb structure, if any of that will make its way into GA 2.0, or if that's still treated as a completely separate project, I guess.
What's that?
Oh, the bigger orchestration of bombs, like the SAS bombs, AI bombs, all that, if that's part of that spec or if that's completely separate scope.
No, it's going to be part of that spec. I mean, T probably won't support the entire thing. Although if we pin it on CycloneDX 2.0, even a draft, that can evolve over time independent of T. So that's something that we need to decide as a group, right? Do we want to pin something to the API itself, or do we want to have various parts of that API evolve over time without having to update to a newer release? So that's a conversation that we eventually need to have.
We need to figure out the level of abstraction we need in order not to be tied down by the various steps of various formats. So
yep,
we'll figure that out. Okay, other events and groups. SPDX tech meeting. I was invited before Christmas, but didn't feel well enough, so we rescheduled for February 4th after FOSDEM. FOSDEM, Piotr is talking, I'm talking, Steve, I don't see, oh, you're not coming, right. Anthony Harrison is talking, Salve is talking, Jan Koala.
Chris Swan is speaking. He's doing a C talk, I think, on S1 for C.
Yeah, so, but many OWASP guys are coming, so we're planning to do some marketing around that. I think, Piotr, I hope you saw my proposal there in Slack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Hervé Boutamy, who contributes heavily to the CycloneDX Maven plugin, he will be there as well.
Nice.
Okay. Great. I wanted to make a statement in the OWASP channels that OWASP is actually present. So as many names as possible. I think there are many OWASP members and active people, but a few of us are in the conference program as well. WoundCon, I got a question from Jotam about WorldCon participation. Do we know if anyone from Koala here is going to WorldCon in Raleigh,
North Carolina, I believe it is.
Yeah,
I
RTP.
I was part of a panel that submitted to the C a call for papers. I think we're just waiting for that. If accepted, I will be going.
Okay. I haven't made a decision. It's of course a cost of traveling from Sweden, but
yeah,
there's also a lot of interesting discussion going on with the CV project that we may want to proceed with there. But Jotam was concerned that we should send a proposal on Koala. I don't know if they accept remote presentations, but otherwise, maybe Steve, you can be a stand-in if I'm not going.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I'll take a look at that. We have an OWASP discussion. We have been working with ECMA for some time. Rob van der Veer has been very active in ISO standardization, CycloneDX ISO of AI security and other stuff. And we have a discussion about how to work with those liaisons. There is interest from people in the SAM working group to participate in an ISO standard that needs renewal that just targets application security. So there's a lot of work going on there, and if any one of you are interested in participating in work in either CycloneDX or ISO, there are ways to do that as OWASP members. OWASP has paid the fees, so we may as well use them. CycloneDX has a working group focused on the Cyber Resilience Act, which I think is personally interesting. But we also need to make sure that in the work for Cyber Resilience Act that we have T as part of that, and of course want to protect the interests of CycloneDX and other OWASP work. So if you are interested and have time participating, or if you're employed by a company that are members of CycloneDX or your local country level standardization body, which gives you a ticket to CycloneDX, then please contact me or Rob van der Veer or Maxime Viel, and we'll include you in the discussions. Steve and I also had before Christmas discussions about OWASP becoming a liaison to the CV project. We just haven't had time while eating Christmas turkeys and hams and all of that, but I think we need to continue that discussion. We had on the meeting before Christmas a really good presentation on GS1 and barcodes and all that. There was some really cool news that they're gonna modify the EN barcode to QR codes, which will be resolvable by mobile cam, and we would like to monitor that. Victor is gonna make sure we get the presentations that was shown, so we can continue that work and look into how we can add this to our discovery process. But I think the time is now to help. But thank you very much for bringing that into the discussion, Victor. We still have an open issue. I need to find Christopher Gates and discuss the medical industry marking and that stuff. So we'll bring that into another meeting. Hi and welcome, Vandana.
Hi, I'm so sorry. My other meeting ran over and I joined late.
Yeah, give me their contacts and I'll let them know how bad this is.
Actually, I was speaking with OWASP team itself because we want to host OWASP chapters all day in March. So that was all about that.
Where are you based, by the way?
I'm based out of India, Bangalore.
Oh, so it's late, I guess, right now.
It's around 9.
Yeah, okay. We have those issues. And that brings us, I'm jumping a bit here. We have another Christopher, I don't remember the last name. He had a funny handle on Slack from Australia that wants to participate, but these meetings are way too late. So that's why I was looking into adding something we call open office hours or whatever, workshops, afternoon, morning teas or something, which we could schedule an extra meeting another time just to work on stuff.
Thank you for recording it.
Oh, you're welcome. So I was wondering if we should run it Tuesdays or Thursdays, or possibly switch around, so we run early morning one week and afternoon one week to accommodate other time zones.
So I assume this means 9:30 to 10:30 in the evening.
CET, Central European Time.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't say AM or PM, so I was just curious.
Oh, we always had 24-hour military time.
Okay, you're doing that. Okay.
Sorry for that.
Yeah, no
And
worries.
I-
No worries.
And I don't want anyone to be in trouble because of me or someone in the Asian region.
No trouble at all. We really need to get our sleeves up and start working on issues. These meetings are a bit more formal. They're gonna be more transferred into a TC54 formal meeting. That's why we have agenda and all that. But we also need working meetings where we hash through the open API spec, go through and close issues on GitHub and so on, and have those
Maybe we
technical
could
discussions.
alternate AM and PM because Asia USA it's impossible. So then
Yeah.
9:30 in the USA it's early.
No, that was for Asia, but we could run like, I mean, Tuesdays every other week at 9:30 CET AM for EU, Asia, Australia, and maybe Thursdays. I need to look into my agenda at 1600 like now. Rest of the world. Okay. Would that be possible? I mean, I think if these meetings work out, we have something scheduled. If people come, they come. If they don't come, then it's
Yeah,
like,
it depends.
What I would say from my point
Australia
of view,
is far ahead.
from
Yeah.
from my point of view, and obviously I probably won't be around over the next month or so. Doing them the other way around would make a lot more sense. So having the morning one later in the week, just because we tend to, beginning of the working week tends to be a lot of early morning stuff, but that's
Okay.
just a personal preference from my side.
That's good feedback. Let's do that. No problem.
Paul, we've babied you. I think it's going to be a lot more than a month or two, isn't it?
Depends on
Is it the first one?
on outsourcing agreements, Mark.
Is it the first one, or?
It is the first one, yes.
Oh, damn, we can scare him up.
Congratulations, Paul. That's awesome.
Congratulations.
We're happy for you.
I've
Hi,
got,
Yotam. I saw you sneaking in.
Yeah, hi guys. Sorry, I'm commuting, so bad signal. So I'll be off camera most of the meeting, but listening.
Yep. Okay, I'll schedule this and I'll try to coordinate with Steve so we put it in the official calendar and see how it goes. Looking at what we have the couple of parts. We have the discovery part, which we discussed, and I keep hearing some people saying that basing it on DNS with failover is a good thing, and some people in this group think it's really hard. I'm opting for removing some of that, but keeping the discovery URI. But we need to discuss that and get discovery done. We also need to get the first open API spec done so we can actually start creating code and test interoperability during spring. I would love to have...
I think the problem is that HTTPS records are not handled by any clients. Most clients. So even curl, I'm not sure it handles them.
No, the curl won't implement it. I really tried hard bribing Daniel, but
he posted
no.
something on Blue Sky about that, on Mastodon about that.
I guess so. I missed that posting. Maybe that was a good thing. But I would love to have a hackathon in Barcelona. Have you heard anything about the hackathon, Steve?
No, it's up to us to, yeah, it's up to us to kind of coordinate that and work with the Lauren on the events.
Do we have a room? That was I mean, I'll be happy to coordinate with, because I know Dependency Track was interested. We are interested. I think
Yeah,
other
yeah, yeah.
teams
We
may be also
can
interested.
we can likely get a room. We just need to coordinate with Lauren, who's OWASP staff, so
Oh
that
yeah,
she can
I've been
set something
discussing
aside.
this a lot with her and trying to
Okay.
encourage her to make it happen. But I haven't heard about the decision. But I'll go back to her. But possibly, we have AppSec Barcelona and Formula One Barcelona. So if you go into Barcelona, book your hotels. I'm just about to do that. The hotel prices are going up. They were already high for this time of year in Barcelona. But the hackathon, of course, you can participate remotely, but the best part is being on site, so we can really hack out and evaluate the specification and see what works and solve the problems that doesn't, or open tickets on them together. But I think it's a really good opportunity to make significant progress. And that's why I would like to have a beta 1 ready during Q1 now, so we can have some code to play around with in Barcelona.
I can probably start committing a bit more time to that by the next few weeks. We're working on a white paper with CISA right now on Tiger Team. So once that's wrapped up, I should be able to regain a bit more time.
Okay, yeah, cool. So we can work on that in the office hour meetings, or if you have any issues, reach me on Slack and we'll set up an ad hoc.
We should probably reach out to Nicholas Duster as well on Dependency
On the
Track.
hackathon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm in discussion with him and he likes the idea.
Okay.
So
no, I'm just saying for I'm just saying so that, you know, if you want the API spec to be beta 1 by the end of Q1, that's great. We're going to need probably him and
give him a heads up about that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because otherwise Victor's going to be testing with himself.
I think he's pretty used to that.
It'll be rock solid.
No fun.
Didn't find a single issue.
We'll make it harder for you. But yeah, I'm going to do that. But on the hackathon side, I'll discuss with Lauren and then I'll contact Niklas and write some bullshit. Marketing text we can publish around that.
Okay.
I just need to make sure I sent a call for proposals on training. So if that gets accepted, it shouldn't collide. So I'm just concerned about that, but I'm sure Lauren can fix that. But if you have the chance of coming to Barcelona, either for the hackathon only or the whole conference, do so. It's a good place to be if you're in this space.
Yeah, my problem is my organization has got a total aversion to paying for any kind of international travel, and that's basically just putting a block right in the way of me trying to get to Barcelona. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to actually address the problem.
No. Contact Anthony Harrison and see if you fits in his luggage. He's going.
I should be there.
Oh, great. Great. Okay, that was all I had on the agenda for today. I think that's pretty much it. I encourage everyone to, after all the holidays and the free time, read up on the specs, read up and try to make comments on the issues. There was something new I opened up and you commented on, Piotr.
Yeah, it was this trust mark.
Okay, then it was two things. Let me check here.
So I sent them an email asking for more information on what's in this trust mark spec. How can you add other things like the TEI there.
Yeah,
But I'm still waiting.
This was, let me see, is this the, I think this is the right screen. Do you see GitHub?
Yeah, from what they publish, they want to basically unroll what's in T. So instead of one link, they give an end of life date and other stuff. So probably it would be better to have a TA. So if you change the end of life date, you don't need to change the label.
Yeah, I'm also, I think from my first reading very quickly, this fits into the CRA. So I was hoping the European Union could watch into this as well. So take a look at this. This is kind of interesting that, and also goes hand in hand with what we heard from GS1, right? Another QR code. And we also have Security Insights, which is a new file format alongside. I mean, having one standard is no fun. We should have competing standards always. So this is a new file format for.
What is this?
It's OpenSSF.
Eddie Knight works for Sonatype. Go back to the top. That's the repo is updated by Eddie Knight. So yeah, he's he's part of the Sonatype OSPO.
Yeah, this is OpenSSF.
Yeah, he's been elected to technical chair, I think, of the OpenSSF or something like that.
Maybe we can get in contact with him because
I looked a little bit at the specification, and yeah, there are some things that I think TA makes better.
Yeah, but maybe we should try to align with them.
I can
Yeah,
ask
so
him
for
to try
example,
and come
in the TA, if you have a project that has several major versions, these are different products. While here, I think you have just one project.
Yeah, and a file somewhere on a web server. But maybe we can get in contact with Eddie and invite him to tell us more.
I've already pinged him.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Before you disappear, give me some pointers.
I'll hook him up with you, Ollie, if nothing else.
Okay. Cool. So I'm trying to capture things there and for you to follow up on, and we'll see. But we have a couple of open issues to resolve and a couple of PRs to resolve as well, and let's get it done.
Yeah.
But then next week I'll schedule a morning meeting on the Thursday, if that fits, and then we'll move on from there.
Yeah, great.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you next.
All right.
Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.
Yes.
Bye.